Now we're going to do how to test for proteins. Test for proteins, we use the burettes. Okay, we're going to use the burettes. And we use a well plate. A well plate is a plate that has little wells in it. I'm not sure how they came up with the term well plate. What I like to do is take a piece of white paper because it's easier to see a color change over the white than it is over the black. And I like to label where my wells are and which unknowns will be in there. So for this one, I have these all labeled. So A, B, C, D, and W. And I know that's where I'm going to put my unknowns. It's really important to do that, especially if you're working with a group of people. Great. So you take a dropper full of unknown and put it in each well plate. Be careful not to get any of your unknown in the other wells. So there's my C, D, and then my water where I have the W. Okay, and I'm going to take 5 drops of the burettes. 5 drops of the burettes. And put it in each one. So I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a positive test for the protein is when the unknown turns purple with burettes. That's a positive test for a protein. If it turns pink, that's a positive test for a peptide. Okay? So proteins will turn purple. Peptides, so those really small amino acid chains, will turn pink. Okay, so that's the protein test. I can use the same well plate to test for my starch. So once again, I'm going to label my wells, being careful not to reuse wells. And once again, I use a dropper full of the unknown. Put it in each of the wells. Okay. And this time, I'm going to use iodine, because iodine, when it encounters a starch, will go from yellow to black where it mixes with a starch. It's black or really, 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 really dark blue. So I'm only going to put 1 drop of iodine in the well. So I put 1 drop in A, and I see that it kind of just turns yellowish or stays yellowish. B, stays yellowish. Let's see what, okay. There's A, there's B, and then when I put a drop in C, you can see that it turned black. That means C is positive for starch. D doesn't turn black or dark blue. And then our W, which is our water, that's our control, and we can see when we compare the water to this one, we can see that it's definitely positive. So for our proteins, A was positive for proteins, and for our starch, C was positive for starch.